Oh my goodness gracious. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. All right, so patch notes for 8.7.0, the mid-chapter patch and the last patch that we're going to get before the anniversary and FNAF have just dropped. The update is not out yet as of me recording this, although I think it's dropping in a few minutes. But if you're watching this video within, I'd say probably about 4 to 5 hours of it going live, then I should be live over on Twitch streaming the new Survivor. So if you want to come in and watch me try to get the depth for the Survivor and also start on the new tome challenges and everything like that, then come over and check it out. But if you missed the stream, I'll upload a second video tonight of me reacting to the new tome or new rift and new quest system and everything. And yeah, so want to see it live? You can. Want to wait till the YouTube video? You can. Anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at the patch notes, because they're actually more robust than I expected. The PTB was a little bit, the PTB was, how do I put this? It was a little underwhelming, and they added some stuff that wasn't in the PTB onto here. So interesting notes. So first off, ORELA Rose is our new Survivor, as most of you know. Let's see if they made any changes to her perks. So, do no harm. When you heal another Survivor for each hook state they have, you heal 50% faster and gain 3% progress on great skill checks. So basically, anti-tunnel, not even just anti-tunnel, honestly, just this perk alone, it helps you, right? It's basically, if they're on death hook, it's a will make it. If they're not, it's not a will make it. But I mean, 50% faster healing just because you unhooked somebody. You don't even have to unhook them, but yeah, generally this is just a really good perk, right? If you're only gonna run one healing perk, I would say this one's probably it. I only run will make it as a healing perk. This could very easily replace will make it in my build. Not gonna lie to you. Duty of care. When you take a protection hit while healthy, all survivors within 12 meters gain a 25% haste for 6 seconds. Another anti-tunnel perk. This one is something that a lot of people have told me they're worried about, because basically it means that you won't be able to catch somebody who this person's taking a body block for. So even if you're not tunneling, like say you injure someone in a chase and you're about to down them and you're coming up on them, and then somebody else like runs in front of you to take the hit for them, then that injured person is getting away. You're not catching them, right? You're not catching them. Which I will admit that scenario is probably an issue. The more that I heard that argument, the more that I had to sit there and think. I think that if this caused the, I don't know what you could do to this perk. Maybe lower the haste, but I don't know if that's a good idea either. It's such a hard thing to talk about, because if you like added a hinder to the person who takes the hit, right? Takes the protection hit, like you get hindered like liquor tongue or something. Then you stop it from allowing every survivor to just get away from you because someone else took a protection hit. But at the same time, you don't want to do that, because then it discourages use of the perk. So I'm not entirely sure. I think we're gonna wait. It's a powerful perk, a very powerful one. Whether or not it becomes problematic, though, I want to wait and see. Next up is rapid response. When you fast exit a locker, you suffer from exhausted for 20 seconds, and when you gain exhausted, you see the killer's aura for 2 seconds. I was really hoping that they were gonna buff this. I think they used to be exhausted for 30, so they did kind of buff it. I think they reduced the exhaustion, if I'm remembering correctly, but I was thinking the exhaustion should be like 15 seconds, and then the killer's aura should be like 3 to 4 seconds, I think. I think 2 seconds for 20 seconds of exhaustion is like not enough. Because most of the time when you want to see the killer's aura, it's in order to loop the killer. And so if you're not, sorry, I'm trying to like find my words. I literally just woke up like 20 minutes ago. If you're not if you're not looping the killer in that moment, I don't know that the aura reading is going to matter with most, because most exhaustion perks are for getting away fast, right? Lithe, sprint burst, overcome, right? The only exhaustion perk, the only one I can think of that you need for like looping in the moment is dead hard and head on. So I'm not sure. I'm not really sure how much rapid response is going to matter. Next up, changes to killers. The Ghoul is getting some more changes. Breaking a pallet puts the power on cooldown timer based on 2 leap tokens, used to be 1. Massive nerfs. I still don't know why this is a thing, because this is not what he needs. Hindering time applied to survivors when activating a vault using Kagune Leap, while targeted and prior to the instant has been reduced to 0.5 seconds, was 1 second. Get rid of it completely. Because that's not the issue. The issue is his enraged, leap is stupid fast on top of the hinder. And also, something that I discovered last night is that if you get hit by the leap that drags you back so he can vault a pallet, the survivor can't turn around and revault the pallet. So this is the only killer in the game where after the killer vaults the pallet, the survivor can't turn around and revault it behind him, right? So even if you window tech him, if you fucking like run out and then come back around, like there's like this doctor shock effect that stops you from vaulting the pallet for some reason. No idea why. That needs to go, and the enraged leap's vault speed needs to go. But honestly, if you remove the hinder, that'll probably help a lot. Add-on, Yamori's mask no longer reveals survivors hiding in lockers. So lockers stop screaming, right? How do we continue to have shit show up in this game that causes screaming that reveals people? This happened with Ultimate Weapon too, where Ultimate Weapon would also reveal people hiding in lockers, even though it was based on a scream. What the fuck? How does this keep happening? Become enraged scoring event when performing a grab attack now properly activates the killer is already in enraged mode and has been increased to 600 devious. Nice. The Doctor added a cooldown to interrupting hooks with shock therapy. Good change. The Houndmaster increased the dog's vault speed chase command to 0.65 seconds, was 0.45, doubled the blood point reward on all of her devious events. Good change. The Oni removed the turn rate limit during the open phase of Demon Strike. Good change. Singularity overclock mode now provides a 3% base speed increase instead of haste. Good change. Perks, Babysitter increased the haste effect granted to unhooked survivors to 15. Dark Theory increased to 3. Breakout increased to 10. No One Left Behind increased to 10. Instead of, it increased the haste instead of applying a separate haste. Right, because they walked back the haste hinder changes. I will say that a lot of people didn't like my opinion that the haste hinder changes shouldn't ever come through. I'm going to do a full video, like actual nuanced breakdown on that, because every time I've talked about it, it's kind of just been in the moment and ranting off the top of my head. But basically, I think that we on the side of not removing haste hinder stacking, and you guys who think removing haste hinder stacking is a good idea, can come to an agreement that there should be basically a soft cap. Right, and a soft cap that's clearly stated in the game, because one of the problems that DVD has is that they don't ever fucking tell you shit. So I think that haste hinder stacking being removed destroys build creativity and takes away from the ability to synergize certain perks together to have more fun creative builds. People who are for haste hinder stacking are like, yeah, but we want a future proof so that we can release strong haste perks so that people can't make builds where they get like 275% haste, right? I think, honestly, after listening to arguments from both sides, the answer is to just have a soft cap of, say, like 175% haste increased or something like that, right? Because you have like the 150 from like overcome or getting hit from like a survivor gets hit. So 150, you could maybe move that to 175 and then make that like a soft cap, right? Not a soft cap, like a hard cap on haste. You can't go faster than 175 extra percent. Might be okay. We'll see. We can talk about the numbers a little bit later, I think. But I think a cap over straight up removing the ability to synergize perks is the middle ground solution there. Next up, killer perks. Batteries included. Increased the haste effect to 7, was 5. Furtive chase, increased it to 10, was 5. I thought it was always 10. No, it's for 10 seconds. Game of Foot to 7. Pentimento rework. You see the aura of cleansed totems and can rekindle each totem once. While a totem is rekindled, survivors heal and repair 20% slower and 3% for each additional rekindled totem. If 5 totems are rekindled simultaneously, all totems are permanently blocked on the entry. Survivors cursed by 16 meters. 16 meters is a little bit fucking far. I would be down for this change, but you got to reduce this down to like 8. 16 meters is a little bit fucking far, dude. That's just a little bit ridiculous. If this is 8, I'm perfectly okay with this rework. Let's pull this one back a little bit, bud. Outside of that, I think it's actually a fine rework. It's kind of sucks because Pentimento, getting 5 stacks of Pentimento was like this really cool, all-encompassing go fuck yourself. And now it's just kind of fuck you in particular. But you can still relight one totem and cause 20% slower repair speeds, which is batshit insane. It's not the 30% we used to have, but 20% is pretty fucking hefty. So yeah, it's a good change. I just think you could cut this aura reading range in half and we'll be good. And then Unbound, increased the haste effect after vaulting a window to 10, was 5. Still unilaterally garbage. Anyway, quest system. Introducing a unified place for all quests, which include daily, event, rift, and more. Was kind of hoping you guys would keep the ritual name, but base game adjustments. Added a protection to survivors when their teammate spams the unhook interaction without ever unhooking. Good. Added a protection for failing skill checks that trigger right when the interaction is stopped. Bad. I know some survivor mains are upsetty spaghetti, but one of the greatest forms of gen slowdown was scaring a survivor off a gen, having the skill check pop up at the same moment, and getting that 10% knocked off that generator so that you had something to fight against. I do not like this change. I think this change is stupid. I understand the point of it is to reduce frustration for survivor players, and I can relate. But at the end of the day, the killer needs tools to slow down generators because they're too fucking fast. So, haste and hindered. The speed bonus penalty of haste hindered are now shown in their respective status effect icons. Good. Perks which affect movement speed now mention haste or hindered in their descriptions. Good. Abandon. Added a new killer scenario. 10 minutes after the last generator is completed, the killer has the option to abandon. Good. I'm gonna guess we still lose for some reason. Rarity rework. Rarity levels have been revised to better surface different tier value. We'll take a look at that later. Pre-equipped loadouts. Characters now have a pre-equipped perk when first unlocked. Good. Characters now have a set of pre-equipped items and add-ons to ease learning about their gameplay. Good. Perk previewer. Added a widget highlighting a player's own perks in the pre-game lobby. Good. These are all for new players. I looked at these on the PTB when I did my PTB video. Very, very good. Very well done. Very implemented. Love them. Character visual fidelity. As part of our ongoing effort to boost character visual fidelity in DBD, we've updated our character materials to match the same physically accurate shading models. Yes, fancy math used everywhere else in the project. What does this mean? True to life skin reflections. The skin will now reflect light just as it does in the real world, yielding sharper and more accurate highlights. Border range of looks. Artists can dial in everything from oily youth to weathered veterans with precise control over pores, scars, and surface oils. Consistent across all lighting. Whether you are in the swamp, the carnival, or the asylum, all characters will look and behave exactly the same under any lighting. The result, more believable, responsive characters that feel grounded in the world of DBD. I cannot wait to see the bugs that this causes. Oh my god, it's gonna be fucking amazing. It's gonna be great. Oh, I can't wait to see the bugs that come from this. Bug fixes. I'm not reading all these. A lot of bug fixes. All right, let's look at the adjustments here. Reverted the changes to haste and hindered stacking. Babysitter increased the effect granted to 15, 7, 50, or Champion of Light reverted the haste effect to 50, used to be 70. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. They just reverted it to 50. A lot of people thought they were gonna nerf it, like, below 50. But if it's still 50, it's fine, right? That still gives you sprint speed with fixated, right? I believe. Increase the haste effect when breaking an object while chasing the obsession to 7. Oh, yeah, okay. So these are... yeah, 20 was 15. 3 was 3, 4, 5. Lower the effect from 16 to 12 meters in duty of care. Okay, I was right. They lowered the exhaustion from 30 to 20. I still think this could have been 15, and I still think this should be like 3 or 4. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good. Overall, just a really good change. I can't wait to play the patch. Yeah, it is live, so I'm gonna download this, go throw this video in the editor just to put some music on it. And I love you guys so much. Hope you enjoyed the video. And hey, maybe I'll see you on Twitch. Link in the description down below. Love you guys. Bye.